We are here in your house sports podcast episode 28, I think.
30. We 30 today.
We're 30.
We 30. We showing our age.
Yeah, we 30. Nah, but we are here for the college football recap for week 3. I'm Andy D.
What's your boy Vassos?
Fat Sam's not with us tonight. I think he's still out there trying to get the formula and the game plan for the Kansas Jayhawks, who we'll talk about later on.
Yeah, I mean, he's the man to figure it out.
Yeah, just win, baby.
Professor Sam.
Yeah, they're doing that model, just win, baby. But yeah, we're here for another edition of this college football recap, which was a pretty good week of college football. Of course, follow the social media, Facebook, In Your House Sports, this YouTube channel, In Your House Sports. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Tell your friends about us. Let them know that we're just three normal guys that are just talking sports, talking football. It's what we do.
Yeah. Also, Instagram at inyourhouse.sports.
Ooh, look at that, Instagram,
yeah. I got to keep up with that a little bit better.
It's like we're independent guys.
We're each assignment. I'm slacking on the assignment. My bad.
So do that, do that, guys. Do that for us, especially the YouTube channel. We're trying to get this thing going.
Yeah.
The whole algorithm thing they do now.
Tell your friends, tell your mama, daddy, cousin, baby mamas, all that.
Everybody, tell them all.
Subscribe.
But before we get into the action of this past week in college football, and during the Nebraska-Oklahoma game, which we'll talk about later on, there was a tweet that came out that Nebraska was in contact with Urban Meyer. Of course, Nebraska let go of Scott Frost last week after their loss to Georgia State. But Urban Meyer's name came up, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then, he just sneaks in the commentary role after Gus Johnson, fell ill. He sneaks in the commentary role with Brady Quinn and Joe Klatt. But it got me thinking, like, Urban Meyer. I don't even know we ever thought about Urban Meyer in Nebraska, But at this time, where else can he go? He's going to take any job there is. Does Nebraska really have to pay him that much? I don't think so, because he's getting a fat check from Jacksonville.
They will. They'll pay him. I guarantee he's not going to do it for cheap. I think he's still that arrogant that I demand top dollar. If you want me to come and coach at your school, you're going to pay me what I am worth.
And they will.
Yeah. And Nebraska's desperate enough. They will.
And I'm glad you said desperate because they have a loyal fan base. Like, their fan base is loyal. They had the great Tom Osborne. Frank Solich was probably the last good coach that they had. We're not even going to talk about Bo Pelini. But so you look at their fan base, and right now they're like, just bring him in. I don't care what he did in Jacksonville, which really don't matter if you think about it in the long run. It doesn't matter. I mean, you think about Nick Saban in Miami. It was a disaster down there. But
beating dude up, grabbing him by the face mask, making him cry in practice.
Yeah, and all this stuff. But does that matter now? Obviously not.
No.
Right. So with Urban Meyer, same thing. He had the horrible experience in Jacksonville. That's on him. But as long as he's not doing it to college players, there's no big deal about it. They're not going to worry about it. And this might be his. All right, man. Well, maybe I need to straighten up on some things and become a better person, a better coach, which is scary to think about because he's a damn good coach.
Yeah.
But this is what Nebraska needs.
Maybe just the shot of excitement. Maybe that little bit of discipline they've been lacking. Yeah. Maybe he can recruit better athletes than what they have been. I mean, they keep going to the Martinez tree.
And you would thought, you'd think like, all right,
first one, okay,
here, that's it. Yeah, no. Urban Meyer's new things. No Mexicans at quarterback.
That's probably the only way that there's Mexicans in Nebraska is because they've been recruiting them to play football.
Yeah. Hey, let it go. Just let it go. And you got Casey Thompson. That you basically traded Martinez for Thompson, Nebraska to K-State.
Yeah, it's just like, and that's not even much of an improvement
at all.
At least Martinez could run well, whereas I don't think Thompson can pass well.
But the old tradition, the old heads. Like I say we're kind of like the old heads because when we were growing up, Nebraska, the black shirts, the defense, the option running, everything. Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips. I mean,
you even throw in Scott Frost there.
Yeah, Scott Frost, Eric Crouch. I mean, those
Oh
guys
man, I
right
forgot
there.
about Crouch. Yeah,
They were running down people's throats. The defense was just,
the
suffocating
defense.
people. And it's like I was never a big Nebraska fan, but it's like you want that tradition. You want that for them.
Yeah, they had that big game field there in the Big 12, to where it was like if it wasn't them winning it, it's Oklahoma or Texas. I mean, it
Yeah.
was just, or every now and then you get the case of Kansas State, but it was always a big game whenever Nebraska came to town. You gave them your best.
And you knew it, and their fans were coming too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching the game for a little bit yesterday, and I was like, man, I missed that feeling of Oklahoma, Nebraska meaning something.
Now it's just
Yeah, it means something to them, but to us, that really not invested in that. It's like, whatever.
and I'm sure even to Oklahoma's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, this used to mean something.
But we'll see what happens. A long way to go before they have to announce anything. But was there smoke? There's fire. It always happens. And that right now, who else is going to offer him a job that he would take? Nebraska, contrary to people's belief, it's a big time program.
Yeah, it's rich in history and all that tradition. You say there's smoke, there's fire. Hopefully, there's not a fire in the grindhouse kitchen.
Right. Hey, man, this man recruited people to Bowling Green. So I'm pretty sure he can recruit people to Lincoln, Nebraska. He'll find something.
And he beat Alabama with Utah.
Yeah, he did. So
with Alex freaking Smith.
Yeah. Alex Smith. And then you got Arizona State, who just recently, as of today, let go of Herm Edwards, who obviously he didn't take his advice very well.
Yeah.
To win,
you don't play to win the game.
But 68 years old, he was spent 5 years. I didn't realize he was there 5 years.
It just seemed like it's only been like 2 or 3. I always forget. Like they show him on TV late at night. I say, oh yeah, I forget that he's the head coach of Arizona State.
Yeah, I mean the only success they had was like one 8-win season. I think that was it. A lot of investigation going on. I talked to you about before it came on air, was an investigation going on to the program. So it's not a good look right now. So I don't know who. I don't even know who would want to go to Arizona State, but it'll probably be just some up and coming coach who gets put in a situation where it's like, we'll try to steer the ship right now. All these waves coming at us.
Some up and coming, coordinator that's looking to get a job, make a splash. So, but I mean, Arizona State too was one of those teams back in the day that would always kind of get right up to the line, and then they'd fall back at the end. They'd meet the big boys, and nope, can't sit at our table.
I just remember Jake Plummer.
Almost beating Ohio State.
Yes, in that Rose Bowl game, man. I was pulling for Arizona State too that year just because.
Yeah, ran out of time, spiked it too late.
Man, and you got Terrell Suggs, who dominated for them as well back in the day.
I forgot about Terrell Suggs.
But Herm Edwards, most likely done coaching. I mean, he's up there in age. He'll probably be back in the booth at ESPN.
Oh, yeah. He'll be back at ESPN. Yeah.
So you got 2 openings already, Nebraska and Arizona State. I feel like West Virginia is going to be the next team to axe their coach.
I don't know. At this rate, Houston might be the next one to get rid of. I mean, that's another one that, could be getting ready to cut bait.
Yeah.
But I mean,
we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, definitely. But yeah, so that's some quick news on that, coaching news. Very early, man. Very, very early already. Talking about coaching news.
That's ridiculous. You're already talking about people getting fired.
I know, and we talked about Scott Frost. Man, this is going to be every loss they had was like,
yeah. They just nope. And the interim coach, he's got all these pressure. The first black head coach at Nebraska. It's his first head coaching gig, and he's got to go play Oklahoma right out the gate. It's like, no, you don't get a cupcake. You don't get a walk in the park. You don't get a Vanderbilt, or you don't get a FCS school. No, you get Oklahoma.
He's like, damn, okay. I could at least beat Georgia State.
Yeah. I knew we were going to fire him yesterday.
I know. We should have brought him at the Northwestern game.
Right. Should have left him in Ireland.
Well, top 25 yesterday. Just run down a couple games and we'll talk about the ones that were very interesting. We got Georgia's dominating. Number one, Georgia beat South Carolina 48-7. Michigan dominating UConn 59-0. Kentucky beating Youngstown State 31-0. And Oregon
Pulling the
beating
shocker.
BYU 41-20. Man, they dominated that score is too close. They dominated that game.
Man, BYU didn't even look like the same team as they did last week. You could tell there was like an emotional or like a physical and emotional kind of drain to that team. They couldn't get it in second gear. They were just
they spent all, like you said, he spent like the whole offseason circled that Baylor game or something because that Baylor game, they were out there ready to knock people's heads out. In the beginning of the game against Oregon, though, they were hanging around, but it's just Oregon just went up to another level.
That and they were very undisciplined that game or against Oregon. There was a lot of penalties that they did not commit against Baylor.
But yeah, that raucous environment though, man.
True.
I mean, Oregon,
that's an underrated place to play in.
Yeah, it is. So Oregon 41-20 over BYU. You had Ole Miss shut out Georgia Tech 42-0. Penn State, man, just taking it away from Auburn 41-12. Auburn, whew.
I feel bad for Sean Clifford after that hit, but after that score, that
he got popped.
That guy, man. I mean, the fact that he kept on going, props to him.
And I'm gonna get this guy's name later on. And I was watching a little bit of the game yesterday, and I think I don't know if he's an outside linebacker. He has to be outside linebacker for Penn State. Balling out. He's number 11. Gosh, I didn't get his name, but he was balling out. Just remind me of Micah Parsons, the way he was playing that position yesterday. But yeah, he caught my attention. I was like, man, this dude right here is everywhere. I mean, just blowing up the gaps and everything. But yeah, Auburn, man, another team just kind of falling by the wayside here and there.
They pop up and then they're gone.
It's like they pop up.
Yeah.
When they're gone, they're gone.
Usually the only time they pop up here lately is play Alabama.
Yeah, that's it. Then you got Alabama who destroyed UL Monroe 63-7. Number 19, Wake Forest, just getting by Liberty 37-36. For a while, it looked like Wake Forest was going to lose that game. Ohio State doing what they have to do, just beating Toledo 77-21. God almighty.
Poor Toledo.
Yeah, Toledo just we're here to get paid. That's all we're doing. And then you had Arkansas, man, who struggled for a little bit against Missouri State. Bobby Petrino, man, back at it. Neck braces at the game. Did you see that? I guess at their little shop around the campus, they had like neck braces they were selling.
Oh Lord, that is hilarious. They should have had the mascot on a scooter or like one of those mopeds.
That would have been great. That would have been great. But when I saw that, I was like, "Why are they selling neck braces for?" Yeah. Oh crap, that's why. Then you had Tennessee destroying Akron 63-6.
Tennessee, who would have seen Tennessee coming on this year?
I heard somebody mention them like in the offseason talking about Tennessee, and I was like, man, this person, what are you talking about Tennessee? Nah.
Tennessee, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, Josh Heupel doing his thing over there. He got like an extension after this victory last week against who they beat? Pitt.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's this week they play Florida. That's what I was thinking. They already played them.
But that's where we're going to see where they're at. They play Florida next week, and we'll see. Where I know Florida's not highly regarded right now, but still, it's Florida.
I mean, they're still ranked in the top 25. So, but I mean, it's one thing if they had to go to the Swamp to play, but they get to play them at home, so that's a big advantage.
That's another crazy environment to play in.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tennessee, man, watch out. Then the upset of the night was Washington beating number 11 Michigan State 39-28.
Man, what the hell?
Yeah. And this game was closer than it wasn't as close as it seems either.
Yeah. It was really just garbage time is what it was to get Michigan State close again.
So, I don't know.
What's in the water up there? What are they smoking up there in Washington?
Exactly, man. Where did that come from?
Right.
Like, I didn't even have that game circled on. Like, oh, that's gonna be interesting. Nah, Michigan State gonna take care of business. Nope.
Nope.
And you had number 18 Florida take care of South Florida 31-28. Man, Florida wanted to give that game away a couple of times too.
Just seems to be a theme this year. I guess that's what we got to look forward to. You see a big lead, and it's like, oh well, they're gonna blow it somehow.
Yeah.
Don't leave. Don't head to the exits.
No, not at all. Yeah, number 5 Clemson take care of Louisiana Tech 48-20. I skipped this one. Number 23 Pittsburgh take care of Western Michigan 34-13. You had stupid Texas A&M beat Miami 17-9. That really lackluster game right there, man.
I didn't even realize they were playing each other until I was looking at the score at the bottom of the screen. It's like, really? I said, man, I bet that's a horrible game.
That game was hyped. I mean, it was supposed to be hyped up because game day was supposed to be in College Station, but
But then they ended up going to App State, which that was an incredible finish.
Probably like the best finish of the week.
Just
Had to
boom,
be.
Hail Mary. They always tell you knock it down, but they tried that and they knocked it right to the receiver who walked in. Did you see that?
Troy, didn't they?
Troy had him on the ropes and should have beat him.
Man.
Did you see after the game, the quarterback ran over to the stands as the students were rushing the field and he's helping people down from the stands?
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
That footage was nuts to see
Yeah.
everybody just. Yeah, Appalachian State, man, they've been just in headlines like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had number 14 Utah beat San Diego State 35-7. And you had number 7 USC defeat Fresno State 45-17. I skipped the Big 12 games, of course. We're going to talk about them in a minute.
USC, man, they're looking pretty sharp.
They are. I watched a little bit of that game late last night too, and I mean they look all right.
Yeah, we'll see how they are compared to like Oregon. See kind of where each other are at. You know what I mean? But then we'll really see come bowl season when they play outside the conference. If they're really that good, they're the USC of old. I won't say UFC, the USC of old, or they're just flash in the pan.
You see, that's the teams that I think about. Well, Oklahoma more recently, just because of Lincoln Riley, is when you see them go against the big dogs, man, they get pushed around and they get manhandled. So it's like, is he going to have that same mentality at USC? Does he want to be more flash than actual?
Yeah.
Be that big dog
more sizzle than steak.
Yeah, because in the end, that's what it comes down to. You got to have that steak.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look pretty good. Caleb Williams, but man, with Caleb Williams, man, he's the greatest thing ever.
Oh my God! Look at him, Herbie.
Yeah, look at that hair. But it's ridiculous. I don't know. Get into the Big 12 action here. We'll get these games out the way. West Virginia rebounding from 0-2 start, defeating Towson 65-7. Iowa State beating Ohio 43-10. Iowa State 43 points, man.
Who would have seen that?
Oklahoma State defeating Arkansas Pine Bluff 63-7. You had North Carolina State defeating Texas Tech 27-14 with that gruesome injury to that Tech player. Did you see that?
Oh, I saw it this morning. Yeah. I was like, I was not prepared for that. I was thinking he's just going to get like his head, his helmet knocked off. It just said this is pretty gruesome or pretty graphic, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's just going to get, he's going to get, neck hit back, or maybe his arm gets caught and broken. And then as soon as I was like, oh nope, don't want to see it. Nope, I'm done scrolling up.
Remind me of that basketball player was it Louisville?
Louisville when he went up to dunk and he came down. Yeah.
Yes.
And then they showed it like 3 times before they finally realized.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Dangerous. That's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
But I saw a tweet that he's doing pretty good. I have another procedure tomorrow, and he should be heading home and get ready for rehab. But that's scary.
Yeah.
Very scary. Then you had, Texas Tech, man, hanging in there for a while. They're going to be fighting as well in every game. It seems like
Joey McGuire's got a fire lit underneath him.
Mm-hmm. He does. Man, Tulane beat Kansas State 17-10. What the hell?
Kansas State. Like you said, you put your eggs in one basket, and the next thing you know, they let you down.
Yeah.
Start hyping them up.
at home as well. That's what made it. Just like,
Ooh, they played. Was that a day game or was that a night game?
it was a day game.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah.
They play. You play Kansas State at night, man. That's a tough place to play at night.
Yeah. Oh man! And then you had Baylor defeat Texas State 42-7. They finally let loose in the second half.
I was gonna say they let Texas State hang around.
Gosh, man, it was horrible. Dave Aranda said at halftime that they were pretty much playing on edge. They were cussing in the locker room, just seemed just frustrating, and got the team together, talked about it, got with his coaches, and pretty much said, "Hey, just go out there and play." And you could see the difference in the second half. They were clicking.
They had those one turnover about midway through the third quarter when they were driving down the field. They threw that interception.
Yeah, which to me was like, hey, it's a manageable interception. It was like a punt, basically.
Yeah, but at that point, I mean, you're still up. You know, what was it 2-3 scores at that point?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's not good, but you know, it could be. As long as it's in a game like this, and not in a game where you're neck and neck or within a score of each other, or you're trying to come back.
And then it's a coaching moment too with Shapen. You know.
Yeah.
Here's what you do next time. But man, yeah, they finally.
He was off. Just I don't want to say a little bit. I mean, he was off like quite a bit. He didn't seem the same.
But I think they found their running back now. I think they found their running back. Richard Reese went for like 159 yards, and that's what they're missing. They're missing that run attack to where, you know, you get those wide receivers up. Those wide receivers are young. They're not able to
create their own plays
on their own. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they are next week. We'll talk about that later on. Then we had Texas beating UTSA 41-20. Looked like a little struggle in the first half.
That scared the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Going into this game, I was a little worried about Texas UTSA coming in. I was like, man, if we lose that game, we may not be bowl eligible again. Because I mean, hell, they were pretty impressive. You know, the past two games, it's like, damn, they got some fight in them. They're pretty good.
Yeah, and they're in the WAC.
I think they're in the WAC.
Yeah, but yeah, because last year they were what 12-2 something. They were up there.
They were. I think they were. Well, hell, let's see. Let me go back to the schedule for this week. I'll check out their stats from last season. But, yeah, I mean, they were – I don't want to say they were that. I think it was probably like 9 – they won at least 9 wins. They had at least 9 wins. I want to say that. They took Houston to the wire week 1, beat Army in a pretty close game. It's just like their defense is what seems to be holding them back.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull up last year's schedule, but it keeps wanting to throw me to this year. ESPN, but yeah, I want to say they were probably. I think they had at least 8 or 9 wins. I want to say.
Yeah, I want to say they cracked the top 25 like late in the year.
Yeah, they were right there, pretty close. But yeah, that's not a team you play around with. It's like if you got a chance to put them away, you put them away. You don't let them hang around.
They did the onside kick and then the freaking reverse pass for the touchdown. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
There they go.
Yeah, man, Bijan, they just finally they stuck to running the football, which is what they've been lacking. I mean, they were able to do it in bits and in portions of the Alabama game. They were able to run, and they got away from it because then it was too predictable. Sarkisian got in a groove where I'm going to run on first and second down, then try to throw it on third.
Yeah.
And so it was a little bit easier. And of course, then Alabama was just like, well, screw it, we're just going to load the box. You know, if you want to run into the front, go ahead.
Yeah, that was going to happen.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's good that they were able to pull away, you know, after struggling relatively early in the game.
Yeah, just got to wear out UTSA. Like, you got the bigger line, just wear them out.
Yeah.
But UTSA had a big boy in the middle, nose tackle. He was causing some ruckus for a little bit, and I guess he got tired.
Rope-a-dope, baby, rope-a-dope.
Then you got Nebraska losing to Oklahoma. Oklahoma number 6 in the nation, beating Nebraska 49-14. I know Oklahoma hasn't played the greatest schedule yet, right? But they look okay. They look like their defense is a lot different than it has been.
Yeah.
So they got some studs, and
Venables knows how to motivate that defense.
Yeah, big time.
That's a dude right there. Defensive coach is like, man, I can't let this guy down. He either is going to have a heart attack or he's going to kill me. One of the two.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. As the years, they're going to be in contention, of course, every year, no matter what. But as the years keep going by, if he gets his offense settled and just keeps bringing these primetime players on defense, man, they might be back to where they were, national prominence.
Might actually win a playoff game.
Yeah, they might. The defense might win them the games. It's just because, he's going to recruit. He's going to get some players.
Yeah.
And he knows what type of players he needs to win those playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe said Nebraska,
Poor
down
Nebraska.
and out.
Urban's time to shine, baby.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the team of the week, the team of the season so far.
Big, bad Kansas.
Beating Houston 48-30.
Just stomping them. That score is not even really doesn't reflect how dominant Kansas was in this game. Just you're whooping them up on them when they start fighting themselves.
Yeah, that's what happened on the sideline. Yeah, and the dude, it was funny because the guy that got the penalty, I think his last name was Brown, and then the other guy that came and freaking pushed him, the last name was Manjack the Fourth. Legit, that's his last name, Manjack the Fourth. Yeah, that was his name. But yeah, excuse me. Kansas, no turnovers in this game. They forced one fumble and one interception, no turnovers. 280 rushing yards and 158 passing yards. So pretty much, heavy running game. They have like 5 running backs they use, and they all have their special talent. They're unique. They're not the same thing, so you don't know what you're getting when they come in. And then Jalen Daniels, their quarterback, is just doing his thing, man. I think he was, I don't know if he's a Big 12 Player of the Week or National Player of the Week. I think he was a National Player of the Week, if I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't be surprised at this rate.
Yeah, he went 14-23, 158 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he was the leading rusher, 223 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Who had Kansas at the top of the Big 12 week 3?
Right. Is this basketball? No, it's football.
What was that stat that they showed? Duke, Kansas, North Carolina, and who was the other one?
Indiana and UCLA.
They all won, or were all, I think, undefeated or won in the same week or something like that.
Yeah, they're all 3-0.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell, man? What the hell's going on out there?
Well, UCLA, man, they shouldn't be happy because they barely beat South Alabama yesterday. But yeah, Kansas, man, top of the Big 12. They got that one conference win above everybody else. So
it's like, man, come on, man. Is this there? God?
Is this it?
It's like who in the Kansas organization, in the University of Kansas, sold their soul?
Yeah.
Who made the deal with the devil to get them out to this historic start?
There's probably Les Miles.
Could have been. Shoot up the grass and did some kind of brouhaha.
But I'm looking at this because their first game, they beat Tennessee Tech 56-10. They took care of business.
Mm-hmm.
Years prior, playing a team like Tennessee Tech, they're losing 17-13 or something like that.
Yeah, it's a struggle of a game.
Yeah, they handle business, and then they beat West Virginia, of course, 55-42, which is impressive. And then you go to Houston and beat them 48-30.
Make them fight.
Yeah, make them fight each other. Have a lightning delay. Have everything happen, and he still win.
Yeah, it's like it was divine intervention is what it was. It's like, hey, y'all going to beat them really, really bad. Let's just give them a chance. We got to slow this momentum down. God was like, no.
But yeah, I'm looking at and it's important because their success is the Big 12 success as a conference,
Yeah.
which hurts. Why Kansas State lost yesterday to Tulane. I'm like, oh, why did you lose to Tulane? You could have been 3-0 as well. And the same thing you can say for Baylor losing to BYU. You could have been 3-0.
Right.
Say Texas would beat Alabama 3-0, beating
3-0.
Alabama. I mean, the prestige of the conference was shot up high. Like,
Put some respect on the Big 12's name.
yeah. And if Tech would have beat NC State yesterday, I was just looking, So it's just crazy, man, how things can just change so fast. And I don't think this is a fluke.
No, I think the parity in college football now it's starting to spread out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have everybody's not going to Georgia or to Alabama. Damn sure ain't going to LSU right now.
No.
They're not going they're not going to Florida State, Miami. They're spread out everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's more exposure now.
Yeah.
And then you have all these talented players, and if they don't get on to a big, Power 5 conference school, guess where they're going? They're going to Appalachian State. They're going to UTSA. They're going to all these, North Dakota State, whatever.
Yeah.
All these schools they're good. But so you're looking. What's that? Sorry.
I want to bring up Notre Dame finally got off the snide.
Man, yeah.
They tried to give that game away too.
To Cal.
Man, it took a bogus offsides for them to win or to get the momentum going to get in the position to win.
Touchdown, dude just did his thing, man.
Yeah.
Did you see Tommy Rees going in on that quarterback on the phone?
No, I didn't. I didn't
see that. Oh,
no.
Man. So Tommy Rees is their offensive coordinator, right? So, I mean, he's on the phone dropping F-bombs to the quarterback, and they catch him on camera doing it. And, I mean, it's like, God, things are imploding at Notre Dame.
I could just see – I just liked when they showed Marcus Freeman, and he's just like –
yeah, his expressions, man. I'm like, dude, that's not good.
Yeah.
The camera's going to be on you.
It seemed like every time he would start doing this or just be like – the camera would zoom right there on him, and and it's like he would remember, oh yeah, there's cameras out here. You like try to go back straight face. Yeah, it's just like too emotional.
Talk with your PR person, dude. Like, hey man,
you better write Lou Holtz a really nice letter.
But yeah, Notre Dame finally.
Just had to bring that one up.
Looking ahead at Kansas' next 3 games, I'm looking ahead already for next week, but they got the showdown with Duke at home, 3-0 against 3-0. Rock chalk, right?
Right. Who would have thought that would be a sellout for a football game?
And that's the thing. I hope the fans show up game. I really do.
Yeah.
Because the attendance for the football games aren't great.
Yeah.
But when Mangino was there and they were like number 2 in the nation, man, it was rocking.
Yeah.
So I hope they show up for that game.
I mean, Duke usually travels pretty well. So, and plus that's just a rivalry right there. So I would think that you would at least have some kind of, 50-50 split. Maybe you got a, 60-40 split.
Yeah, something. Like, I hope it's near a sellout. It has to be. And then they got Iowa State the week after. So these next 2 games, the next 3 games are at home. They got Duke, Iowa State, and TCU. They can easily go 6-0
before they get to the meat of the schedule.
Yeah, because after that they play Oklahoma at Oklahoma. But they could easily be 6-0, man.
They could be bowl eligible before they have to play the heart of the Big 12. That is insane. Who would have thought that?
Quite honestly, just looking ahead without saying anything prediction-wise, I can see this team legit winning 8 games this year.
I was going to say 7, but
I don't know, man.
I think we were off while putting Kansas at the beginning or the bottom of the Big 12.
We're like automatic Kansas.
Kansas.
They'll win probably 3 games.
They
maybe.
must have heard us. Word must have got back to them.
Well, yeah, we'll keep on talking noise about y'all.
Yeah. Keep proving us wrong.
Yeah, 'cause I think we said as long as they win their non-conference without even looking who their non-conference was,
Yeah.
they go 3-0. It's like, oh crap, they had Houston.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Houston drops the 1-2. I guess we could talk about it a little bit since their future Big 12. Like you said, Daniel Holgerson, man, like, dude, you better get it control. Better get under control.
He's about ready to pull what's left of his hair out, man. Because that dude, he's the last 2 games I've seen him in, he just has not looked confident. He has just not looked patient. He just seems like he's so stressed out that he can't think straight. Like think of what he needs to get done. Like especially against Texas Tech, he just looks so out of it against Texas Tech.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like he'd probably be the one to resign if they get canned.
I can see
But
that
yeah,
too.
But yeah, I was because I didn't see him against Texas Tech, but I see him yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this man looks like what the hell did I do? Got players fighting on the sideline. Some people attribute that. Well, that's passion. No, it's not. You don't got control of your team, and they're fighting on the sideline and willing to do it.
Yeah. It's like it's one thing if they're going to fight, if they're trying to fight the other team, but when you're fighting yourself, it's like I can see fighting the other team. That's passion.
Mm-hmm.
You fighting your own teammates, no, that's something else. That's bad.
Ego, something, man. Something between the players that maybe those 2 players had a beef and it just never got settled, and
dude must have slept with the other guy's girlfriend or something.
Something like for him, I don't know, man. I don't think that was a good look on national
Maybe
TV.
he pulled a Zach Wilson.
But I don't know, man. It's like the previous, head coaches for Houston have been successful. No doubt
Except
about
Major
it.
Applewhite.
Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot.
I was going to say, except Major Applewhite.
Except him, he's just he's a good.
Chris Sims really crushed him.
Big time, man. But
I think the only time he had success was OC of Texas. I think after that he just.
And then that didn't even end well.
Yeah, they kicked his ass out. Yeah. They said, "Nah, you can go. We don't care.
We still don't love you." So I don't know. He needs to get it together down there in Houston, man. Because going into the Big 12, they're gonna be thinking highly. Hey, guys, the expectation's gonna rise, and he knows that going to the conference that he's been at.
He knows he knows the competition there, and he's just like, man, I just left him, and now you bring us back into this.
So did they mutual? So when he was at West Virginia, did he mutually leave? Is that what it was, a mutual agreement, or did he resign? Because I felt like, dude, you had him made over there.
I want to say he did resign. I want to say he resigned
because he was beefing with the AD, right, or somebody.
And then he just took the next week he took the Houston job.
Yeah, I think they were having internal problems
because he left before their bowl game. That's what it was. He left before their bowl game, resigned, and then signed with Houston.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to last that long.
No.
Because just like with Marcus Freeman, you're looking stressed out national TV, man. It's not a good look at all.
Yeah.
Next week, so looking ahead for the Big 12 games for next week, and then we look at top 25. You got West Virginia at Virginia Tech. Old Big East rivalry right there, man.
Be interesting to see how that one goes, and it's going to be a night game on Thursday.
Thursday night game, man. That reminds me of freaking Michael Vick. Back in the day, Pat White was at West Virginia.
Ooh, man, those were some high-flying, fast-paced offenses.
Man, Thursday night football was great. Great. I'm gonna pick Virginia Tech to win that game.
Yeah, they're in Blacksburg. Yeah, it's. I think it's Virginia Tech's game to lose, but yeah, I think Virginia Tech will win.
And I'll keep harping on this, but West Virginia, man, you have 2 primetime games. The beginning of the year, you had Pitt, and then you got this one. You laid an egg. You didn't lay the egg against Pitt. You just gave them the game. Here you go.
Yeah, you had your foot on their neck, and you let them up.
Yeah, and then JT Daniels was throwing into brick walls. Yeah, Virginia Tech's going to win this game. It's a must-win for West Virginia before you get into Big 12 play.
Yeah, because at this point they may not get bowl eligible.
No. Then you got Baylor against Iowa State. This game, they're always playing tight. It's always close. It's always one of those games that's going to go down to that last possession. It's a must-win for Baylor.
I think they can't come out slow like they did against Texas State. I don't think they can afford to keep or to let Iowa State stay in the game that long.
Mm-mm.
I think they have to right away put the pressure on them. They have to play with the lead and not have Iowa. They got to have at least 10 points, a 2-score game or 2-score lead. Because if they let Iowa State stick around, especially going into the fourth quarter, the way Matt Campbell, right?
Yeah, Matt Campbell.
I'm thinking NFL, but yeah, the way Matt Campbell coaches that team, I think they have the guts to pull that out.
Yeah,
if it's a 1-score game going into the fourth, but like you said, I think the pressure's all on Baylor.
Mm-hmm. Only two things that are working in Baylor's favor this game, even though they're playing at Iowa State. Not the wintertime, and it's not at night.
That's true.
So they have got to start off and just take it away. And Iowa State's 3-0, quietly 3-0.
Team we didn't have much respect for. We didn't think would finish in the top half of the.
No. So it'd be a big signature win for them. But yeah, Baylor's got to come out here and establish that run game early and get some 3-and-outs, and they'll win this game. I'm going to pick Baylor, but it's not going to be pretty. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'll take Baylor too.
Then you got TCU and SMU.
This is an interesting game.
Sonny Dykes going back to Dallas to play his old team. SMU's favored by 1.5 points. I'm going to take SMU.
Yeah, I'm going to take SMU, Pony Express.
I haven't even seen TCU really play this year.
I hadn't either, but I ain't seen SMU play, but yeah. I know the past few years they've recruited pretty well, so.
And then you got Duke and Kansas.
Game of the week right there.
Game of the week, man. Where's Dick Vitale? You need him.
This is awesome, baby.
Kansas is an 8.5 point favorite. So I read a stat earlier today on Twitter. It said that Kansas is opening favorite for the first time since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, to make a parallel, look at the Lions. The Lions were favored for the first time in 10 years?
Yeah, something
longer
crazy
than
like
that. They were favored in a game, and now you've got Kansas on the other side.
What's going on?
Golly.
I'm picking Kansas, man. Let's keep it rolling.
I think Big Bad Kansas makes it, what would this be, 4?
4-0.
4-0? Yeah. I'm
going
to
to
take Kansas.
Put no bet in Vegas or something. Over under 3 wins Kansas.
Over there sweating right now.
I don't know.
Honey, I sold the house. We got to find a new place to live.
Then you got Texas going to Texas Tech. Should be an interesting game. I think Texas is going to pull it out, though.
Where are they playing? They're playing in Lubbock.
2:30 game.
I don't know. Tech usually plays us tough when they play at home. I mean, last year we put a whooping on them. But of course, we played them at our house. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to be such an easy game. Tech's pissed, so that's another thing. And the last few times we played over there, we have not played well at all. What was that one game? It was a couple years ago with, I think it was with Ellinger, where we jumped out to this huge lead. It was like a 2-3 score game, and we jumped out, and then we couldn't hold on the damn ball. And next thing you know, Tech ends up winning. It's just like, golly, man. I think it was Ellinger's first year. When it was when they were switching back and forth between him and David Ash. But
Oh, David Ash.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna take Texas.
4.5 point favorite. So Vegas knows, hey, this is going to be a close game. The Fighting Joey Maguires.
The pride of China Spring.
Then you got Kansas State at number 6 Oklahoma. This is going to be the damn game. Kansas State just wins. No, I'm just playing out. I think Oklahoma's going to win this game, but it's going to be close. I think they always play Oklahoma tough as well.
Yeah, it's like when you expect Oklahoma to run over them, Kansas State decides to show up. So for that reason alone, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna my bold prediction for this week:
Boom, boom, boom.
Kansas State over Oklahoma.
I
I would not put anything on that, but it's just wishful thinking. Hey, I'm just trying to break up the monotony, and that seems pretty good. If any of those were going to happen this week, that's the one I'd say. You know what? That's the least likely that would happen. I'm going with that one.
It just I don't know. It baffles me. I just wonder sometimes historically why teams play certain teams tough, and it's not the same players, not the same coaches, anything. It's just
talent cannot even be the same level.
Yeah, it's something. Kansas State, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Baylor, Iowa State.
Even Kansas State when Baylor's good. When Baylor's at the top of the game, Kansas State can be terrible. And
here they go.
Boom. There they go. Baylor's struggling. They look like the Baylor of the late 90s, early 2000s.
Kansas, Texas. I mean, it's just like, what's the deal? It just makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It's just it's like, I know these are rivalry games. I know these are rivalry games, but come on, man.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just always wonder about that. Looking at the top 25, you got Florida at Tennessee, who's going to be really interesting. Another rivalry game there. But we talked about Tennessee, man, just quietly
just stomping fools.
Yeah, 3-0. They're a 10-point favorite.
And they're just scoring at will. Their offense is on fire.
Yeah. So you got Florida 2-1, Tennessee 3-0. Like I said, Tennessee a 10-point favorite at home. So just that game, just picking it, I think Tennessee might go 4-0.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's the better team. Based off the one time I seen Florida, which was when they were playing Kentucky, looked absolutely awful.
Yeah.
When they played competition, they played really, really bad, and they were very, very undisciplined. Because that is a young team. That's a very young team. So
they have a bright future, but not right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking. I just skipped this game. There it goes. And you got Arkansas against Texas A&M.
Who is going to show up?
Yeah, both teams, man. Just last week, this past week,
it's not. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Pick your poison, I guess. That's just
Why is Arkansas number 10?
That is a good question. I did not even realize they were ranked that high. Holy crap, that is. Yeah, they are at 10. Well, I mean, they won't be up there very long once they play the big boys. Yeah, they'll get run down.
Yeah, because they got Alabama right after Texas A&M. So.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to go down.
That's why they're number 10. So they're propping them up. So when Bama beats them,
hey, that's Alabama.
We about to beat them Hogs.
Where are they? Are they playing at Kyle Field or are they playing in Arkansas?
They're playing in Jerry's World.
Oh, that's one. Okay, that's one of those games. The Jerry Jones special game.
Oh yeah, because Arkansas, I
want my Razorbacks in my building. Neutral site.
Man, I'll probably take A&M. I think they're going to pull it off.
You know what? Just based off of how poorly A&M's played, I'm going to take Arkansas.
That's tough. That's a tough game to pick.
Yeah.
But those are your two top 25 really big games next week.
I mean, you got Clemson and Wake Forest next week. That's the only other
Yeah.
ranked against a ranked matchup that I see. Yeah, that's the only other ranked team versus ranked team matchup next week. Everything else is just, other than those two, like you said, it's just
And Clemson's quiet number 5, man.
Clemson's just taking care of business.
Yeah.
You
They're
know?
kind of like Michigan, too, just whooping folks, just-
Yeah. It's like, how good are they really? But we
Mhm.
won't know until they play somebody. And unfortunately, in Clemson's case, it don't look like there's anybody in the ACC that's going to give them a problem.
Yeah. I mean, Florida State been sneaking away with these wins, getting by.
They might be back. I mean, you never know. They
Could
get
be great.
close.
Yeah.
They get close. They might go, hey, Dion, hey, we kind of want to get rid of this guy. You can step right in, put us right over the edge. You can bring your son.
They should have pulled the trigger last year, honestly.
Yeah.
They should have. But yeah, so that's the action from this past week. And for next week, we'll see what happens. I'm intrigued with the Tennessee Florida game, though. I'm really intrigued there.
That's a 2 o'clock game?
Yes, 2:30 game. On
Brad
CBS.
Nessler here.
Yeah. But you think about Tennessee, they're another team that, had that tradition.
That they have not got back to since, what was it, T. Martin?
Man, yeah. T.
That
Martin.
was the last time they were good. That was the last time they won a national championship.
Yeah. Oh,
T.
Phil
Martin.
Fulmer, right?
Yeah.
They beat Florida State, didn't they?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. That was that Winky?
Yes, because that next year they beat Virginia Tech.
That's right. Okay.
Then they lost to Oklahoma the year after.
That's right.
Man, those. Whew.
Oh, we're showing our age here.
Yeah, man, it's funny, but yeah, Tennessee, man.
Tennessee used to be good running the old option, and T. Martin, like I said, just running away from folks. He won the Heisman, didn't he? No, that was Winky that won it, wasn't it?
Yeah, Winky won it.
Okay, that's right. But he was in the running for it.
Who was the running back
It wasn't Wark Dunn. It was
for Tennessee?
for Tennessee.
Was it Jamal Lewis?
I don't remember. I really don't. That was what, 2000.
That was 99.
Let's see.
I want to say that was like 96.
No, because 96 was Peyton Manning.
Okay, was it like 98? It was 98, I believe.
It's like 98, 99, something like that. Let's see.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis was
Lewis,
running back from
you're right.
97, 99. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, they had a team right there.
No wonder, man. But shoot, I remember that. I remember him running away, breaking that big old long run.
What was the wide receiver's name?
Oh,
He was like number 1.
now I gotta Google it. Now I gotta go back to Google. Damn it.
What was his name? I'll be mad when I get his name.
Why I wanted to say T. Higgins, I don't know why, but let's see, Tennessee Volunteers.
Just start with a P or something, man. I like this improv Tennessee.
1999, right?
Yeah.
That was it. Was it 99 or 2000?
I want to say it was 99.
Let's see, national champions. Let's see. Nope, that was, okay, so it had to be 99. Because 2000, it said they went to, 2001, they went to the Cotton Bowl. Well, how
Dante
crazy.
Stallworth.
Oh, okay.
Dante Stallworth. How can I forget his name? Peerless Price. There you go.
Oh,
Peerless
there
Price.
you go. Peerless Price. Okay.
Yes, 98. Yeah, he was on the championship team in 98. I knew it started with the P.
Randy Sanders was the offensive coordinator. Let's see, T. Martin, Billy Ratliff, Darwin Walker. Half these other people I don't remember. But yeah, dang, that's wild. So it's been a while. Peerless freaking Price. They went the only game, and see that's crazy. They lost 3 games that year and still won the national championship. They lost 3 freaking games and won. That's wild.
Yeah, you can't even get to New Year's 6 losing 3 games these days.
Oh, especially once you get hit that run of 2000s. You lost 2, you were done.
Yeah. We need to do a show in the future once football season's over. We were going to have to do our fantasy national championship games, rate the top teams from the 2000s.
Oh man, that'd be fun.
To do that. We have to do that.
I was gonna say maybe if they release the the next college football game like they're supposed to say they keep gonna do, we'll just run a simulation.
Yeah,
run a simulation and do a show from there.
They announced the transfer portals are going to be on there. Got to be real, right?
Right.
But yeah, I like that little random Tennessee Volunteer throwback, man.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, those players right there.
Shout out to our guy Kevin Nash.
For real. So yeah, guys, anybody knows anyone in Tennessee, you let them know that we're supporting them on this podcast. Old Rocky Top. But we appreciate you guys joining us for this week 3 recap of college football. Hope to have some exciting games for next week. Like we say, follow our socials, Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube channel. Email us inyourhousesports@gmail.com. You want us to sponsor, get a sponsor on the show, advertise with us. We shut you guys out big time.
Come on the show, something like that.
Yeah, you want to be a guest on the show, talk some sports, talk about some of your college football teams, let us know. We're open to it. We love to network with folks. So until next time, peace out.
Peace.